Good afternoon, everybody. Matrix here, and it's April 28th, 6:20 p.m. right now. I just got home from work, and I want to make a really quick trade recap for you on the trade that I took on Friday on Starbucks. So let's get right into it. Make sure you stick around to the end of the recap because overall, I was thinking about this trade for the past couple of days and reviewing it myself. And I think I found something, or I have some interesting thoughts I want to talk about. Overall, taking a look at Starbucks, this is Friday. I believe this is Thursday. Okay. Starbucks had announced earnings and they had a positive reaction. This is the prior day. So this is Thursday. Now, looking at Starbucks, the big picture here, if I zoom out on the daily chart, I mean, you can see it's a very strong stock. From the beginning of the year, it basically just ran and keep breaking 52-week highs. Okay, looking here in the box range, we have prior to earnings, the stock was trading a little sideways in a very tight range here, and it made support at 75. So coming in one more day, this is how the stock did. It opened, bounced off 75, and closed higher. And so with the overall big picture, I was if the earnings catalyst was good and the reaction was good, my thesis was to be leaning more towards the long bias side of things. So that's Starbucks big picture. Now let's take a look at intraday real quick. Okay, so intraday, this is after our Starbucks announced earnings. They beat revenues and came out with good guidance as well. So it's a very positive earnings reaction. As it opened, it started dipping. My thesis was for it to see it hold the after hour highs here, but it didn't. And I was actually looking for it to hold 77.50 and ride it back up. But in the pre-market, it started under 77.50 and under 77 as well. And right out of the gates, it opened pretty weak. Okay, so from 77, it dumped, and then it came back up. However, I was looking at this dump, and I didn't want to short it because my thesis was a long. So I waited for it to bottom out. I wanted to wait for it to bottom out. So it dumped hard for the profit take, and it started making higher lows from here, and it reclaimed the 76. So this line right here, this is 76. Okay, it reclaimed 76 and started holding. When it came up, sold off real quick. It held again at 76, and this is where I bought it as I see it make higher lows. Okay, so basically, I was watching this trend, right? Actually, I was watching something like this, right? And I bought it right here. I bought two lots. These arrows and entry prices are to the exact price. So my average was 76.15 right here. As I bought it, I see it hold 76. When it came down to the 76 and held again, I bought another two lots, getting a better average. And my thought process was, okay, now I'm 4 lots deep. I'll take a little off if it snaps 76, and then I'll take a little bit, and then I'll flatten myself and stop myself out if it comes under the pre-market lows here. Sorry, the opening lows here. So basically, when it came back up, I took a little bit off here. I took 2 lots off at 76.10 to pay myself a little bit and alleviate my risk. Now I have 2 lots, and when it snapped down under, I basically took off half here, and I flattened myself out here, and I took a quick loss here. This could be more of a scratch trade, okay? Because I think I paid myself a little bit right here. But overall, this was a loss in at the open here. So from then on, I basically just watched, and I saw this bounce here right at 75, which is a key psychological whole number. Interestingly enough, 75 on the daily chart is right here. Okay, so it's a key psychological whole number, and it's also a nice range a nice support, a prior support now, prior resistance now became support. And you see how it bounced off 75 here and it made higher low. So it bounced off 75, which made a lot of sense to me. From here, it made a higher low, and from here, it made another higher low, and it started holding support here at 75.60. However, because of this early morning reaction, how weak it was, I wanted to wait for confirmation, okay? Because it could have just came back right back down and then wanted to make a double bottom first before it run again, or it could have just came back down and keep selling off. So we didn't know. So I wanted more confirmation. 76 was very key, as you can see at the open here. So 76 was a key resistance area. And by the time the stock got here, I didn't want to long it because the risk to reward was kind of only 1-to-1. I wanted to see it climb above 76 first and hold. So as it reclaimed VWAP, also the stock was under VWAP as well. So as it reclaimed VWAP, that got me interested. I'm thinking, okay, this thing is about to go. I just need to see it get over 76 now. And I waited some more, saw it get over 76, and from here, I basically took my trade. So once it got over 76, prior resistance now becomes support, and it's also a key resistance because this 76 took a while to snap, and it basically just broke right back over. So I took the trade here, and I bought 4 lots on trade number 2 right here, and my average was 76.22 right here at this candle. Okay, and my risk was a little bit under 76 and a little bit under VWAP. So zooming in, as it was climbing, it hit the 50s area, but this was only 30 cents. And that would have made me a little bit better than 1-1, so I wanted a little bit more. So as it came up, it failed the 76.50. That kind of got me worried. So this green candle happened, and I paid myself a lot. Now I'm 3 lots deep. As it goes sideways again, it came up again. I paid myself some more here at 76.65, another lot. Now I'm 2 lots deep. And then when it made this reversal candle, okay, so this massive green, massive red candle, and then it came down and failed 76.50. This was my cue to be careful. And then I also saw that this little consolidation area made some sort of a support. So once the support snapped, I took 1 more lot off, and now I'm only 1 lot deep, and my average is still 76.20. Okay. I'm still holding the stock. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. I paid myself, and I have 1 lot left. As the stock grind, I went out to lunch. As the stock grind, it broke out of 77. But before even that happened, I noticed this sideways range. So this is 77 right here. The sideways, this horizontal resistance, it broke out. Up and through, started holding the $77.20, and I was thinking, okay, this is going pretty strong. I could hold it and swing it through. So that was my decision. From here, my decision was to swing it through. Now the reason for that is because, first of all, I don't see StarBucks gapping down on Monday anymore. Okay. Whoever needed to take profits, they did already. We have a positive earnings catalyst. The stock reclaimed it. First of all, it bounced off a key area of 75. Second of all, it reclaimed a key support in the morning, from the morning. So I'm thinking, okay, they want it higher, and I don't think the stock is going to gap down on Monday, mainly because of the catalyst and mainly because the price action is so strong. As you can see, it basically just kept running, right? It reclaimed 76.50 and held, and the stock never broke that. And then it broke 77. Okay, it broke out of 77 right here, and it started grinding up and holding above 77. So this final lot that I'm holding, I was looking to swing, and my target was to get it higher. Now from here, late day, I noticed this 77.20 area. I saw it come back and a quick reversal of V formation right here. From here, I saw topping action. Actually, I saw topping action, and it came down hard, and then it couldn't get above this resistance level. Okay, and what time was this? This was very late day. This was around power hour. So the stock is losing steam. Okay, as it came back up, I basically took another half lot off, and because I was thinking, okay, it'll probably sell off at the end. But then once this reversal happened, and I saw this candle right here, specifically this one right here at 3:43 p.m. It held the 50 EMA. It was holding above 77.20, which was the range here that it was trading in. And we are holding above key support levels of 77.10 and 77. So when it came back down, I'm like, okay, I want to add more to the swing. So I bought 2 lots right here. It came right back down, stuffed, and reversed. And then once I bought the 2 lots, my average was right here at 77.05. So remember, my initial average was 76.20. So once I bought these 2 lots here, pulled my average up to 77.05. From there, I was risking a little bit under 77, and also the 77.10 as well. So it basically bounced right off and came up. And once it came back up, this looked a little weak to me. See, it made a higher low, reverse, but then it made another low. So from here, I thought it looked weak. So once the late day squeeze happened, I basically took off a majority of it, and I still have 1 lot left to swing with the overall thesis. And my target is, first of all, 79 here. Second of all, probably $80 in the next few days. Okay, so that's basically my recap on Friday's StarBucks trade. Now, with that said, I was thinking a lot about this prior week, about the trades that I've been taking, and I know that I've been talking a lot about trading the open. I've learned to trade the open a lot, and I find them very, very profitable. However, I also find them hit me pretty hard when I'm on the wrong side of it. And that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Because at the open, the first half an hour here, it's basically what the pros call price discovery, okay? It's the most volatile period where the overall market is trying to gauge a fair price of the stock where it wants to trade in. And it's basically determining the VWAP, okay? So looking at this trade, I mean, I failed here. However, I got in good around this area, around 10:30. So what made me think was I think I'm going to start looking at trades, or start getting into trades after 10 o'clock, okay? So price discovery is usually from the open, 9:30 to 10 o'clock, but it's not a set in stone timestamp, right? It could be anywhere from 9:30 to 9:40 to 9:45 to 10 o'clock. But overall, the first half an hour, very volatile, and it's basically the market gauging a fair price. Okay, so that's price discovery. From then on, I've noticed that, I mean, just looking at StarBucks, from then on, I've noticed from 10 o'clock to 10:30. So let's mark off 10:30 right here. This is where the stock starts to make a trend. So basically, the first half an hour, the stock set its range for the day, we can say. So it had the highs here and made the lows here. And then from then, it starts a trend, and it basically starts trading within this range, okay? So as you can see, we see trend forming. from 10 o'clock to 10:30. If I zoom in a little bit, you'll see the first low, the higher low, the higher low. So we now have a nice uptrend forming right here in this area. Okay. Now, the next part, now when the trend forms, this is where I want to get in as early as possible here. Once I find out where the stock is wants to go, right? So first low, higher low. I could start here, but it's a little risky. This I should have got in here, okay? But then I also had the thesis to wait for the confirmation, so I waited a little bit more. I mean, if you wanted to, you can definitely get in here and risk a little bit under here and under here as well, and perhaps even to the lows here. Okay, trend forming for after price discovery is a nice spot for you to get in. So how would I trade this trend forming area? I think I would use some starter size here. And from then I'll just watch it and wait for confirmation. So I could have used a starter size here or a starter size here instead of just jamming it right away over here. So as I use the starter size, and when this came back above the 76 and confirmed that the stock was bullish, as you can see, it reclaimed VWAP, which was my green line over here. The 9 EMA coming up, scooping the VWAP. This orange line, this is the 50 EMA, scoop that too. That's major confirmation, right? And size in after. So I could have starter sized it. That way I wouldn't miss the trade, and then sized in from here instead. And then after that, I could have just managed it from 10:30 all the way to noon. So usually this is kind of like a little bit before lunch is where all the big boys get in their positions. Okay, so let's mark off noon right here. See how noon kind of right here, right at 12 o'clock, we had a massive pull candle, and it pulled a couple candles down from 10:30 to noon. I think the big boys actually started getting in here and started building their positions. And once lunch hits, they just got out, right? At least got out some of it and paid themselves. That's why we have this pull here. And yeah, I'm just gonna manage the trade from this time frame. I won't want to add and in the future, and I'll probably come back around power hour and see what it does. As you can see, this trade worked out pretty well, right? So power hour, it started holding again and followed its trend. It really told the story of what the institutions want to do with this stock, right? They waited for profit take, built into a position once it got above VWAP, and lunchtime they let the algos take over, and we saw it hold here at 76.50, more buying, and basically eventually break out 77 and started ripping, and then the higher holds as well. So yeah, so that's kind of like my take on my trade recap here. I mean, from now on, I think the safest play is to just wait out the first half an hour. At Trick Trades, there's a saying. I mean, the saying is the market does not close at 9:35 a.m. Okay, so as a newer and beginning traders, yes, these are very volatile times and at the open, and you can make big buck on it, right? If I'm looking at this 9:30 candle, had I shorted right at the open from 77, I could have brought it down to 2.5 points in 1.5 points in 2 minutes, right? However, it's not viable. It's not a consistent type of strategy, in my opinion. I mean, trading, you're not looking for the big buck. You're looking at the overall picture, right? You want to be consistent, and it's about longevity, like Trick always says. And when he says the market doesn't close at 9:35, I think this is really what he means, right? From the open to 10 o'clock, we have price discovery, an in-depth kind of a more definitive, or how I would define price discovery is right at the first half an hour. the overall market is looking for fair price. This is when it basically sets the VWAP of the day, because VWAP, volume weighted average price, is mostly decided on massive volume, right? So with massive volume, it moves the VWAP a lot, and then eventually during the lunchtime, the lull hours, the VWAP kind of steadied out, right? And that's because from discovery, they already have set the price on the day. So I'll be looking for trades from now on after price discovery, and looking to get in on the start of the trend, starter size, and then try to add in right before lunch and try to ride the trade either all the way up or all the way down. And from there, we'll see how we go this week. Okay, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Also share it because it's free content. Let me know if you have any questions about this recap, and type it in the comments. If you don't like typing in YouTube or the comments, if you want a little bit, if you want to talk stocks, you can always contact me on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All my contact info is in the video link descriptions. I'm a part of Trick Trades. Trick is my mentor, and I have discount links to Trick Trades if you want to come in and learn a more in-depth strategy that Trick teaches. He has always been my mentor. He's the one who literally changed my trading around. Okay, so if you want to know how I make trade recaps and massive trades like these, you can definitely think about coming to check us out at Trick Trades, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys there. There's discount in the video link description below. And I'll see you guys all bright and early tomorrow on Monday. Ciao.